네, 그 밖에 계시는 분들 모두 들어와서 이제 자리에 앉아 주시기 바랍니다. 밖에 계신 분들 들어와서 이제 자리에 앉아 주시기 바랍니다. 자, 그럼 일단 시간이 11시 32분인데 시작을 하도록 하겠습니다. 자, 안녕하십니까. 저는 2023 대구 영어 톡 콘서트 톡톡 전체 운영을 맡고 있는 교사 최초록입니다. 반갑습니다. 네, 바쁘신 와중에도 오늘 행사를 위해서 직접 여기 글로벌교육센터 참석해 주셔서 너무 감사드립니다. 또한 오늘 이 자리가 만들어지기까지 정말 우리 학생들 많이 노력했습니다. 그리고 이 학생들을 위해서 많은 원어민 쌤들께서도 많은 도움을 주셨고, 그리고 한국인 쌤들도 많은 도움을 주셨습니다. 그분들께 무한한 감사 인사를 전하고 싶습니다. 고맙습니다. 자, 이제 곧 시작할 2023 그 대구 영어 톡 콘서트 본행사는 제가 진행하는 게 아니고 우리 학생운영위원회가 있습니다. 요거를 이 프로그램 전체를 기획하고 운영하고 진행하는 그런 위원회가 있는데, 그 위원회의 위원장인 윤현영 학생과 부위원장인 홍자혜 학생이 사회를 보면서 시작을 할 겁니다. 또 그동안 아카데미 과정을 거쳐서 갈고 닦은 이야기를 여러분에게 소개할 학생 연사들의 발표가 뒤이어서 계속 진행될 것입니다. 우리 학생들이 오랜 시간 많은 노력을 기울여서 준비한 만큼 여기 계신 모든 분들은 격려와 응원의 눈빛과 박수를 아끼지 않아 주셨으면 감사하겠습니다. 자, 그럼 이제 저는 이 공을 우리 학생 운영위원들에게 넘기도록 하겠습니다. 즐겁게 오늘 강연 경청해 주시고 이제 큰 박수로 오늘의 사회자인 윤현영 학생과 홍자혜 학생을 맞이하겠습니다. 감사합니다. 큰 박수로 맞이해 주시기 바랍니다.
안녕하십니까. 저희는 2023년 대구 영어 토크 콘서트 톡톡의 사회를 맡게 된 학생운영위원회 위원장 윤현영,
부위원장 홍자혜입니다. 본 행사에 앞서 중요한 안내 말씀드립니다. 본 행사는 라이브 스트리밍으로 총 1시간 30분가량 진행될 예정입니다. 스트리밍 도중 청중의 참가 확인을 위한 구글 폼 링크가 청중평가단 학생들에게 문자 메시지를 통해 전달될 예정입니다. 혹시 문자 메시지를 못 받았다면 대구 글로벌교육센터 홈페이지 상단 글로벌 교육란 토크 콘서트 게시판에 알림 상황을 보시면 링크가 담긴 글이 있을 겁니다. 만약에 문자 메시지와 글로벌교육센터 홈페이지에 들어가는데 문제가 있으시다면 곧 나올 방송 대기 화면에서 QR코드를 통해 출석 체크 설문에 접근할 수도 있습니다. 사전 신청을 한 청중평가단께서는 문자 메시지나 글로벌교육센터 홈페이지 게시판의 글 혹은 방송 대기 화면의 QR코드를 통해 출석 체크 설문에 들어가 출석 체크를 해주시기 바랍니다.
또한 토크 콘서트가 끝이 날 시점에 행사 마무리 설문 문자 메시지가 발송될 예정입니다. 마지막에 있을 마무리 설문에도 성실히 응해주시기 바랍니다. 아울러 청중평가단 모두가 연사팀의 소중한 강연에 집중할 수 있도록 연사팀의 발표가 진행되는 동안은 실시간 채팅을 자제해 주시길 부탁드립니다.
지금 모든 청중께서는 문자 메시지 혹은 게시판의 글을 통해 설문에 들어가 출석 체크를 해주시기 바랍니다. 혹시 문자를 못 받았거나 홈페이지에 접속할 상황이 아니라면 곧 나올 대기 화면에 QR코드를 통해서 출석 체크 설문에 응답해 주시기 바랍니다. 2분 뒤 행사 진행을 재개하도록 하겠습니다.
2023 대구 영어 토크 콘서트 본행사를 시작하기에 앞서 국민 의례를 실시하겠습니다. 글로벌홀에 있는 모든 분들은 모두 자리에서 일어나 앞에 있는 국기를 향해 주시기 바랍니다. 국기에 대한 경례. 바로 오늘 이 행사가 있기까지는 저희 학생 운영위원회 앉아주시면 됩니다. 오늘 이 행사가 있기까지는 저희 학생 운영위원회들의 큰 노력이 있었는데요. 지금 앞에 보이는 사진이 바로 2023 대구 영어 토크 콘서트 학생 운영위원들입니다. 저희 2명을 포함한 23명의 학생 운영위원들에게 큰 박수 부탁드립니다.
본격적인 시작에 앞서 이 행사의 시작을 알려주실 대구광역시 교육감님의 격려 인사가 있겠습니다.
아쉽게도 오늘 행사에 참석하지 못하신 대구광역시 교육청 강은희 교육감님께서 격려 인사를 동영상으로 보내주셨습니다. 함께 시청해 보도록 하겠습니다.
Hello everybody, I am Eunhee Kang, the Governor of the Daegu Metropolitan Office of Education. And I would like to extend my warmest welcome to all of you. I would like to offer my sincere congratulations to each of you for your successful participation in 9th Daegu English Talk Concert Talk Talk. This year's theme, Persona, has the potential to spark creativity and help students uncover their identities and capabilities, empowering them for their futures with newfound confidence. I'm certain that the dedication and hard work of the students, speakers, and staff over the past 7 months have made this possible, and I genuinely commend you all for it. I would also like to show my appreciation for the teachers and parents who have guided and supported you along the way. I encourage you to continue developing as global citizens by sharing your innovative thoughts and ideas in English. I promise to do my best to support you in your journey as you nurture your talents and pursue your dreams. I'm looking forward to seeing your progress and growth. Thank you so much. I love you.
Hello everyone, let's start the talk concert. This is the 9th year this event has been held, and I heard that this year's topic is persona, right?
Exactly. 2023 English Talk Concert's topic is Persona, with the slogan Find Your New Identity. Our speakers worked hard for almost 4 months to prepare their own special presentations for today.
That's right. I really hope that the audience here and audience members watching us online can learn and get a lot out of the speakers' creative and worthwhile speeches.
It would be great if we could listen to all speaker teams, but unfortunately, we do not have enough time to listen to all 39 teams. Representing the 39 teams, we are going to listen to the 11 teams that were selected as the best talk from the Coaching Native Teachers Assessment, Korean English Teachers Assessment, and the assessment by the audience.
Who is first in today's talk concert?
The first team to present is Gossip Girls from Dongbu High School. Recently, many people are using Instagram frequently. But if you look at Instagram, you can often see people using various accounts. Like them, our next team will tell us about multi-persona. Enjoy the presentation.
Hello, we are Gossip Girls.
Do you use Instagram? If so, how many accounts do you have? I personally have 2 accounts. One is my real account where I only highlight my positive aspects. The other is my secondary account where I share my genuine and humorous sides. The practice of revealing different facets of myself is called persona, which is the image one projects to others. People nowadays don't use only one persona, they use multiple personas. They use multi-persona to transform into different identities depending on the situations or relationships. As you listen to this, you might feel somewhat uncomfortable or think that it doesn't resonate closely to you. However, in modern society, multi-persona is prevalent in social media. For example, you all know Yoo Jae-seok, the MC of a program 놀면 뭐하니. He has several characters named 유산슬, 유드래곤, 지미유, which are all the personas that are different from who he is in reality. Each persona or characters represents a new project or personality trait for Yoo Jae-seok to embody. Using multi-persona like this had a positive impact on 놀면 뭐하니.
Therefore, multi-persona does come with its advantages. It boosts our self-esteem. When one aspect of ourselves faces failure or struggles, it can affect our entire life and lead us to depression. However, having more mature and accomplished personas, we can overcome these difficulties. Having multiple personas also allows you the freedom to express your suppressed desires. For example, as a quiet employee during the day, you could also be a karaoke superstar during night. This balance helps you maintain a work-life balance. However, persona formed online can hinder the development of your true self, causing challenges and complications.
Here are some examples of how, first, it can impact the development of your moral character. In real life, you wouldn't say hurtful things to a friend because you understand it's wrong. But the anonymity offered online can lead some to the idea that they won't be caught, causing trolling. Second, multi-persona on SNS can also give us an inferiority complex. People who have lots of Instagram accounts might experience a fragmented and confused sense of identity as a result, potentially leading to a breakdown in their self-awareness. Third, multi-persona on SNS can also give us an inferiority complex. Many people on Instagram usually have both Linsta and Finsta. On Linsta, people try to present themselves as well up, such as by posting pretty selfies, trips, expensive food, good hotels. While on Finsta, they show their realistic selves. The gap between their idealized and realistic selves make people feel inferior and defeated.
We created a checklist to help address the mentioned issues of multi-persona. From now on, please check how many no's you have to the following questions.
Can I differentiate between my interests and my strengths? Is it less stressful when using persona?
Am I using personas appropriately for different situations? Do I have persona for myself?
Am I certain of my identity even with multi-persona? Do I have personal space within my personas for self-care? Is the persona I use considerate of others' feelings?
Can anyone who has more than 5 of these questions please raise your hand? Okay. If you answer no to more than 5 of these questions, it might indicate issues with your personas. Consider keeping a diary to understand yourself better or invest time in self-improvement to prevent feelings of inadequacy, which can affect health persona formation. We don't intend to discredit the concept of persona, but excessive personas can hinder authentic self-improvement.
So, let us now seize this opportunity to delve deep into our personas, utilizing this checklist as a guiding beacon to gauge their integrity and vitality.
Thank you.
That was an impressive presentation. Thank you again for giving us a valuable message. Who's next to present?
The next team to present is Team TJ from Anshin Middle School.
Most people adopt a persona to hide their true selves. I hide my shyness behind the persona called the host as well. Team TJ talks about the concept of ego and persona.
According to the story we just heard, persona and our true self or ego appear to feel entirely distinct. Now let's tune into TJ's thoughts.
Oh, it's good morning, everyone. As always, I'm going to solve people's problem today. I wonder what worries await me today.
Oh, is this the TJ Secret Counseling Center I've heard of? It can solve any problems. Shall I go in? Is anyone there?
Who is it? Please come in. Hello, I'm Jiun, the problem solver. Who are you?
I'm Anna. I came here because I had a worry.
Oh, hi, Anna. Nice to meet you. What are you worried about?
I don't know who I am, and I'm confused between who people think I am and who I really am. For example, people think I'm outgoing, but I think I'm an introvert person.
I understand your worry. I think you're confused about your ego. I'll help you to solve it. Hello, everyone. This is TJ Secret Counseling Center. How was Anna's story? Have you ever had the same experience? Today, we show you how to form your ego through persona with Anna.
Hi, I'm Anna. A few days ago, I had a worry about my ego. For those of you who are having the same worries as me, let me tell you how I solved it. Before I tell you the solutions, I think some people don't know what persona is. What is persona, Jiyoon?
Persona, taken from the Latin word meaning mask, is commonly used in Greek drama or image management.
Oh, that's what persona means. Then, can you explain the examples of persona so we can understand it better?
Of course, for example, a celebrity with a gorgeous personality, person with a persona who is able to give a confident presentation in front of the audience. Like this, people all have different persona. However, people think of their persona and their ego separately.
At first, I differently thought of my ego and persona. But as I proceed the consultation, I learned that I could form my own self through persona. So you guys can do it.
We tell you the way today. First, make various persona and apply them to different situations.
In my case, I made an earnest persona, a reliable persona, and a reader persona because I thought them looked fine when my friends and family used them. Then I applied them to situations in which I often find myself with my friends and family.
Then look at people's reactions to see which persona represent you and feel well, then develop that persona.
I used an earnest persona when they were telling a joke.
Hey Anna, do you know what it is if you put a pie in between onions?
I don't know. What is it?
It's opinion. Isn't it funny?
I don't think so. It's not funny.
Okay.
They responded they did not like it. And I used the reader persona when we worked together. Jiyoon, why don't you pursue the project with this topic one?
Oh, that's a good idea. I like it.
They responded much better. And I also thought the reader persona represent me well, so I decided to develop this persona.
But your personality and situations always change, so it's important to continue to develop that persona.
I just thought a reader persona alone wasn't enough, so I added a confident persona that would represent me well. Then people responded much better, and I thought it suited me. Then I added a witty persona too, because I like to make people laugh. This is my ego that I made your persona.
Like this, you can unite your persona to form your ego. Then you can know when you're the best version of yourself, eventually get to know and form yourself well.
People sometimes form persona according to others' expectations. Of course, I was too. But through this method, I realized that I should form persona that I liked and wanted to be, and I also knew that it was my real self. I believe you can do it.
What's your persona? We hope you shape your ego well through the method we have taught you today. Thank you.
Here's how to use the right persona. I'm surprised that we can express ourselves through persona. Thank you, TJ, for a great presentation. Have you ever heard about persona?
No, I've never heard about it.
That's okay. Our next team will tell us about the persona in the perspective of love. Can you introduce the next team?
Yes. Next team is Team Boys Voice from Gyeongbuk National University High School.
Let's get started.
So I'm asking once again, yeah, who the heck am I? Tell me all your names, baby. Do you wanna die? Or do you wanna go? Or do you wanna fly? Sure, where do you think you're lying?
What's up, guys? We're Boys Voice. Do you know this song? This song is called Intro Persona by BTS. Like this man from the song, everybody has their own conflict between many personas. For example, this conflict can happen between a boyfriend-girlfriend situation. The persona, the perspective of love. We're gonna name it Love Sona. Today, we're gonna look at some real-life situations and learn how to deal with them by using appropriate love sona. Why don't we get started? Ready? Action.
Oppa! Do you notice anything different from me? What? You don't know?
In this situation, boyfriend Jiun is confused what has changed to her girlfriend or how to respond to her question. This is the perfect time to use the persona. You are so beautiful that I cannot recognize your love sona unless you want to get raped by your girlfriend. Let's look at the actual version of boyfriend Jiun and girlfriend Rachel. Ready? Action.
Jiun, do you notice anything different from me?
Wait, Rachel. You look so beautiful today. Where's my Rachel? Give me back my Rachel.
I love you, Jiun.
As you can see, even though Rachel doesn't show any big differences, June compliments her appearance and ends up saving his own life. This is a perfect love sona you can use to find your way out of life-threatening danger. Now, let's move on to the next situation. Ready? Action.
Jiun, come on. Let's watch TV. Hey, Jiun, who is prettier, Hanso or me?
Hey! What kind of question is that? Of course, Hanso is a million times prettier than you.
This man in your souls. In this situation, of course, girlfriend Rachel is much more uglier than the Hanso he. But as a boyfriend Jiun, he must use the love sona. You are most beautiful person in this multiverse. Love sona to sustain his life. Let's look at the actual version. Ready? Action.
Hey, Jiun, who is prettier, Hanso or me?
Of course, you're prettier than Hanso-i. Maybe 99% of people would say that Hanso is prettier than you, but in my case, I'm the part of 0.0000000% of people. So I would like to say you're prettier than Hanso-i.
You're my boy.
Also, telling everything honestly might seem to be the right thing to do, but some lies are necessary. We call this a white lie. By using appropriate lies, we can escape some terrible situations which can be caused by the truth. Now, let's move on to the last situation. Ready? Action.
Jiun, I made some food for you. Come and try it. I hope you enjoy it.
Hey, what's this? This is a piece of junk. You think I should eat this?
Hello, I'm calling for a funeral reservation.
Many men may have experienced this kind of situations. They want to inform that their food is not delicious, but tell them to give a feedback to improve. But it can hurt their feelings. Yummy food is important, but saving your life should be first. So it's the perfect time to use the Live Sona. Your food is like 5-star Michelin chef. Let's look at the actual version. Ready? Action.
Jun, I made some food for you. Come and try it. I hope you enjoy it.
Wow, this is so delicious.
I love you.
By using Love Sona, Jun motivates Rachel to take pride in cooking. Thanks to her boyfriend's support, Rachel gets even more interested in cooking. This will eventually increase her quality of her food. Nice compliments can actually improve many things.
As you can see with the Love Sona, we can deal with some complicated problems and maintain a healthy relationship with your partner. Wait, what did you say? You don't have a partner? Wait, that's too bad. But we actually have a good news for you. By using a proper Love Sona, you can also make a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Thank you.
마이크 하나 더.
That was an amazing presentation. I really liked the role play with the girlfriend and boyfriend. Thank you, Team Boys Boys, for the memorable presentation.
We create personas for convenience in relationships with others, although this does not always yield beneficial results. How can we resolve the issue when a persona we created has a negative impact on us?
This time, Team Bluetooth from Daegu Dongbu High School will share their presentation for you. Let's listen and find out what it is about.
Hello, we are Team Bluetooth.
We're so sorry. We will start again.
Okay.
Hello, we are Team Bluetooth. Today, we will tell you about persona and the good boy syndrome. Did you hear the rumor? The prince is looking for the girl he danced with at the ball.
Of course, I heard it. How will he find her?
Well, they say she left this glass slipper behind.
Oh, you're saying the person who can wear the slipper is the girl?
Yes, she is an odd one, letting the prince find her himself.
Anyhow,
Who is she? Now you guess. Who is she?
Cinderella.
That's right, it's Cinderella. We talked about her because she is a prime character of the good boy syndrome. This syndrome usually occurs by parents' neglect, which causes the child's overuse of persona. Among them, we are going to focus on overuse of the persona part. To do that, first, we will talk about what persona is.
Do you know the word persona?
Yes.
Yes, persona is like a mask. You hide your true self and make another personality that shows you to others. Usually, these personas are tools for a good social life. But when you use them too much, they can suppress your true feelings. For example, if you abuse your persona as a kind person, you have to say yes to everything, even though you don't want to. This example is called the good boy syndrome. Let's learn about its specific features by connecting Cinderella's behavior to them.
The first feature of the good boy syndrome is the desire to be appreciated in all relationships. For example, Cinderella wanted love for her family, even though they didn't do much for her. So she always obeyed the family's order, hoping for a compliment. The second feature of the syndrome is low self-esteem. Cinderella shows this feature by running away from the prince. The prince was clearly in love with her, but she didn't have confidence in that belief and thought that it was just because of her outfit.
The good boy syndrome is very common in everyday life. If you felt related to our speech, you may be one of the Cinderellas yourselves. So now we will talk about how to overcome this syndrome.
Before anything else, you need to realize the reason you have a good boy syndrome by self-reflection. Through this, you can find out your own effective ways to overcome this syndrome.
For now, we will introduce the most popular three methods.
First, try to refuse sometimes. It can be when someone asks you an unreasonable favor or simply when you don't feel like it.
You don't have to say yes to everything. Refusing is not as rude as you think. If you refuse politely, the other person won't get offended.
Second, express your feelings more. It's similar to the first one. You don't have to hide it. Practice this little by little and build confidence.
Third, find an activity you really like. It can be your hobby or something that you're drawn to at the moment. In my case, it's reading. What about you?
I'm drawn to origami currently.
See, like us, finding your own activity is essential to Cinderella's.
That's right. You can realize that being kind to get praised by others isn't all of your happiness.
To conclude, you have to remember, kindness isn't the best.
It's a simple truth. Don't be too consumed by your good person persona. Like all these people here, it's okay to express different kinds of feelings.
We hope our speech can be of some help to Cinderella's all over the world. From now on, if you think you're acting excessively kind, please think of our speech. Thank you for listening.
I believe the presentation was more beneficial because it not only explained the syndrome but also provided a solution. Thank you both for the interesting stage.
Could you introduce the next team?
Okay, this time is Team MSG from Songhyun Girls High School. Team MSG is going to invite us to their MSG show. Why don't we listen to their stories? Please welcome them with a big round of applause.
Hello, we are Team MSG.
Welcome to MSG Show. I'm host of this show, Kay. We'd like to talk about our topic, seek a change to a better self, but don't lose your essence. Now, let's have a conversation with someone who has something to confess. Min, please come in.
Hi, I'm Min. I am a two-faced person. I act like a strong person, although I'm actually soft-hearted. Recently, I found something similar to myself. It is quartz. Quartz is one of rocks made of oxygen and silicon. Look at this molecule structure. It is shaped like net because their oxygen and silicon atoms share the electrons partially. At this point, you may think it may be hard because their atoms are connected intensively. However, because of this characteristic, it is broken easily at once. I think this characteristic is similar to who I am inside. But do you think this feature is bad?
I think no. I think it's just a course to become a stronger person.
Like a diamond. A diamond is hard because of their carbon atoms' strong covalent bonds.
But how can we become a stronger person?
One way is to act like a carrot and stick to yourself. For example, when you set some goals, you have to force yourself to continue to try. And then, when you achieve them, you can give a reward like resting to yourself. Then, by repetition, you can become a stronger person.
Wow, she was such a wonderful person. Now, let's have a conversation with someone who has found their own persona. He, please come in.
Hi, I'm he.
Persona means the identity of the character, am I right?
Yes, to find my own persona. I focus on personality and try to get to know it clearly. As a result, I use meditation. Meditation is a way to calm your mind in a comfortable position anytime, anywhere. So I use the 5 minutes meditation. I will show you Kay how to meditate. Kay, come here. Close your eyes in a comfortable position for 5 minutes and focus on breathing and think about yourself. Through meditation, I found that I could not do it meticulously in activity that I was in a hurry. So I was able to supplement my urgent personality by increasing my meditation time.
So do I. Through meditation, I found my personality that I didn't know, my persona.
So I think it's more important for you to try to find your identity, not just think about it. Why don't you look for a real me deep in your heart?
Have you listened carefully to their own experiences about exploring ego deeply? While preparing for talk concert, we learned that it's important not to lose our essence while growing up. And we could have a chance to think about how to become better ourselves. As a result, the conclusion we reached is to be a better person, but don't lose yourself. Lastly, shall we shout it together? 1, 2, 3.
Be a better person, but don't lose yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you, MSG, for the lively presentation. They gave us a lesson about being a better person but not losing ourselves.
The sixth team is SF&T from Daegu High School. When people talk about persona, many people talk about it only in personal perspective.
Yes, but this team saw the persona in societal perspective as well as individuals.
Aha! That's why their team name is SF&T. See forests, not trees.
Hello, we are S,
F,
and T.
Here is a box. Inside the box is something called value. This represents the world, and the value can be visible such as money or friends, as well as invisible such as love, ability, or honor. During our attempt to get them, we support one another, engage in conflicts and arguments.
How can we succeed in achieving both our desires and promote peace within our society? Persona is the key to helping us. Our persona have the ability to make our society healthy and encourage individuals through uniformity and diversity.
First, let's talk about uniformity of a persona.
Uniformity?
Yes, we share common traits, including ethics. As you know, the governments of the world make more standards through traditions and laws, leading the peace and development of the world by having us follow them. It can be found almost everywhere in our lives. From the things international, like the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, to the things daily, like being polite and respecting each other's cultures. Then, how can we strengthen this more persona? We can use challenges. Individuals as well as organizations can participate together to spread good influence on society, including Ice Bucket Challenge and the High Five Challenge.
Uniformity, when in line with desirable norms, are beneficial. However, history shows they can be misused, as seen in Hitler's Holocaust and Japan's colonization of Korea. The Nazis dehumanized Jews through discrimination and suppressed opposition to their ideology among the Germans. Japan similarly tried to erase Korean identity through cultural changes. These examples demonstrate that uniformity can lead to dehumanization. Thus, we should use common persona to maintain order and promote positive values.
Now, let's shift our focus to the diversity of our persona. Persona can connect us through common order, but they can also promote the latent diversity of us. We each create and enhance our unique identities and experiences as we live our lives. Persona don't aim to hide these individualities. Instead, they allow us to share them with the world and enrich society.
Imagine that you want to express your identity through your profession, but the only available profession you can choose is being a doctor. On a personal level, you would have difficulty showing yourself. On a societal level, with everyone losing themselves and choosing the same path, the other industries like education or agriculture would not develop, leading to the collapse of society. Therefore, we must actively use the diversity of persona for balanced growth of us and society. How?
Let's look into Pixar's management style. Pixar deliberately sets up a project team between conflicting people. They can complement each other and create the best possible outcomes. They are experiencing diverse personas directly.
So far, we showed two images of a persona, uniformity and diversity from our society. Some of you might think the uniformity as the positive one, while others might think the diversity as that. Now, let's look at this box again. This box, the world, is sometimes filled with dark desires, conflicts, and the you inside is completely blocked from the outside world.
So, when the uniformity and the diversity of persona coexist and are in a harmony, we can break the wall between us and unfold our world, making it a better place for everyone. At home, at school, or work in the future, common ethical personas and colorful unique personas must go with our culture of great respect, allowing everyone to enjoy the value.
Thank you for listening.
The talk concert is already in the middle. I'm curious about the audience's reactions.
Me too. So there is a surprise event that we have prepared. Let's listen to some of the audience's thoughts on this year's talk concert together.
Persona, please hand over the mic.
Hello, I'm Kim Tae-rin from Wangsun Middle School. It's a great honor to get a chance to share my thoughts here. First of all, I was so surprised by the various and specific and creative ideas that the student speakers shared. Also, I can't imagine how much effort they put into preparing these presentations. Also, when I get home after this event, I hope to prepare one of my own presentations and share it to others. And yeah, thank you.
It's so nice to hear your opinion. Thank you for your answer.
Let's listen to one more person.
Hello, I'm Go Junhui from Cheonggu High School. I'm incredibly impressed by the confident presentations of the student speakers. I'm learning a lot from how they deliver their content clearly without any signs of nervousness, even in front of a large audience. I'm equally impressed by their ability to explain complex topics using simple English expressions, making the content easily understandable. I want to applaud their effort. Thank you.
Wow, I'm so happy that the audience is enjoying it. Let's continue with the show.
I'm looking forward to the next team's performance. Who's in the next team?
The next team is Team 3 Masquerades from Sangso Middle School. Team 3 Masquerades is going to talk about their own story related to persona. Even though they are talking about their personal story, I bet most people here will be able to relate. Let's find out what the Team 3 Masquerades has to share with you.
Hello everyone, we are the three masqueraders.
I'm Park Sang-hyuk.
I'm Kim Do-hyuk.
I'm Bang Go-eun.
What do you think persona means? It's okay if you're still not sure, because we are going to put on a show that will be able to help your comprehension about persona. Oh, don't worry, there is no fee. So sit back, relax, and enjoy!
At school, there are three close friends talking about Sang-hyuk's Instagram.
Hey man,
Yo, what's up?
Oh Sang-hyuk, I heard your Instagram page is super popular. That even your followers more than 10,000. I heard about it too!
Oh yeah, did you see my iceberg change shirt?
Oh my god, of course, they were amazing. You were so cool. Oh, it's time to go. Let's have a great day.
After school, Go-eun's home. Now she starts to slowly use a different persona.
Let's see. You were the ugliest man in the world. I don't want to see your face anymore. Don't pretend to be handsome. Ha ha ha.
At Do-hyop's home. Are you ready to see Do-hyop's different persona?
Do-hyop, how was your day today? Do-hyop, are you listening to me? Do-hyop, can you hear me?
Just leave me alone.
This is the kind of persona we think of. Now let's break it down by talking about what we experience in each scenario. What kind of person do you think I am? Free-spirited or reserved? Actually, I'd been a troublemaker for 2 years, so I was always scolded by my parents and teacher. When I became a third grade student in middle school, I wanted to present a better image to everyone in school. So I was being quiet, hiding my authentic identity. One day my friend asked me what happened. Do I need to take on my persona to make my image better and to get people to like me more?
Can you distinguish who I am? Am I a boy or am I a girl? When I was in my first grade of middle school, I went to a tteokbokki restaurant with my female friends. At that time, the lady in the restaurant told me, "You are Mr. Popular." But I am a girl. Look at me. My life is a persona itself.
I am a completely different person at school and at home. I am very friendly and active with friends at school. On the contrary, at home, I'm so serious. One day, there was a conflict between my mom and my brother. I endeavored to make a better situation for my family, but it is not good, and I am stressed out to the max. I live in a persona.
Can you guess what you wanted to say? The persona we think of is living with two faces. When we need a persona, we can make it. Sometimes, even if we don't want it, it is made naturally.
We connect with others in life and have different kinds of relationships with them respectively. Therefore, we need many personas in our life. Oh no, we should probably have them. In the end, we are just middle school students. So, we have infinite potential to create other new personas. The more we grow and the more we go through many kinds of new experiences, whether it's good or bad.
As we grow up, we'll face many new personas. If we accept and use it well, we'll be able to deal with any situation and give an image that we want to give to new people. Sometimes we can feel different from the same person depending on the situation. Therefore, we need to accept their personas and try to understand them. Thank you for listening. Bye.
I believe we can understand our individual personas better by listening their stories. Thank you, Team 3 Masquerades, for the great presentation.
The next team is called Polygon, and this team is from Seongso Middle School. Each member of Team Polygon is going to act out one emotion to share their personas. Please welcome Team Polygon for their presentation. Let's go to the Polygon company they prepared.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Polygon Company.
Now, before we start, I want to ask you guys a question. When you look at the mirror, do you see yourself or an adjective? Many people live with a single adjective to describe themselves, such as bright, aggressive, or timid. These are also called one's persona. A persona is a personality that you express to others when you interact with them in a society. So here at the Polygon Company, we categorize people with specific personas into zones. They all have their tags match with their personas and everything's under control. You should stay in the zones we've categorized you in and don't even dare put your feet in other zones.
Is she gone? She's gone, right? Phew. Finally, now we can talk together. Hi, I'm Sunny from the yellow zone. You know where they say the bright ones are. By the way, am I the only one getting sick of the tags?
Well, actually, me too.
Oh, what's going on? Let's listen up.
Before I started to work here, I had worked as a chef in a restaurant. After I worked there for 3 years, I became the best chef of the year and got a lot of praise. But my text is aggressive. I'm not allowed to be bright and positive. So I threw away all the foods that other chefs had made, saying that they all tasted like garbage. They thought that I was a jerk and had an attitude problem. Sometimes I just want to say thank you and be nice too. But because of my tag, I feel like I can't try something positive or energetic.
I agree. I had a similar experience when I was...
Hey, you! What are you doing? Get back to your zones, right now.
Wait, just a second. Haven't you felt stressed because of all the burden in your mind? You always looked over us every day and night. Why don't you just listen to us and take a break for a while?
Okay, but be real quick.
Very well. So, my dream was to be a dancer. One day, I saw a dance competition poster and I wanted to apply for it. But soon, I changed my mind because people around me said that since my tag says I'm timid, I wouldn't be able to do such a thing. After that, I couldn't have the confidence to stand up and take the chance, all because of my tag.
I'm also having a hard time because of my tag. People always expect me to be bright and cheerful. One day, my classmate teased me and said that I must be so dumb to get such low grades. I got so frustrated, but I couldn't show it. Because if I did, they would be disappointing me and said that I was pretending kind and bright. So when they asked me if I was angry, all I could say was, nah, I'm cool with it. But deep inside, I couldn't understand why I should always be happy following what the text says. When I feel sad, I want to cry. And when I feel angry, I want to yell at someone too.
Now that I think of it, these personality tags are really getting in the way of what we think and do. To be honest, I don't think that we have only one persona as the tag says. Isn't this tag a burden stopping us from challenging other things that we really desire?
Listening to what you guys were saying, I guess you're right. I also have a tag saying perfect. Being perfect was my life goal. But now, I think I need to ask myself a question too. Do I have only one persona in myself? This question is for all of you. Haven't we limited ourselves from trying something new, given up because we didn't have enough courage, or because of our own persona tags, labeling our personalities and telling us what we can and cannot achieve?
Yes. And we want to suggest you get away from your persona tags and try what you really want to do. Don't let others determine who you are. At the Polygon Company, they categorized us by tags, but one tag to one person is simply unrealistic. Everyone has many tags. After all, a polygon has many sides to make up a shape. Just like a polygon, we have diverse personas that make us who we are. So, have confidence in yourself and don't limit your challenges.
Speaking of which, why don't we just rip these things off?
Good idea. On a count of three.
1, 2, 3. Now it's your turn.
Take up your persona tag
and become a polygon.
Thank you for listening.
It was a really touching presentation. Thank you again for giving a valuable message. The ninth team is Team MP3 from Palgong Middle School. This team is going to share factors which affect our identities. Also, they will use trending memes to explain one of the types we are included in. Let's check out what Team MP3 is going to tell you.
Hi, we're MP3. Persona's original word in Latin means masks. People can also refer to an aspect of one's personality that can be seen by others.
Although persona has various definitions, but we'll just be concentrating on the definition of mask.
Persona has long played a significant part in how we show our egos. For instance, a masquerade ball or tantrum were held as an event in history. SNS enables us to connect with people just like them.
Furthermore, characteristics like blood types, zodiac signs, and MBTI are used to express ourselves too.
We think that people's true identities in today's cultures are hidden.
Please allow us to elaborate on how terms related to mask can impact you.
Social media. Social medias are platforms that let you connect with people. Teens frequently use networks such as YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. According to one university poll, 70% of respondents said their SNS usage has increased after the COVID lockdown. The lockdown made them difficult to meet with friends and families in person. As a result, the use of SNS has surged. Spending more time on social media may damage one's self-esteem because people often forget how those perfect-looking users appear in real life. Can you tell which side is filtered or not?
Yes.
As you can see, there is a clear distinction between the reality and social media. According to one news article, 71% of individuals edit their selfies. Using SNS, you're able to construct a persona that allows you to create a two-faced self and reveal only the most beautiful pieces of you. Humans have a natural desire to be attractive and imitate attractiveness. To do this, SNS is a suitable tool. However, when you look in the mirror in real life, there is definitely a difference. This is why SNS could potentially be considered as persona. SNS can impact you to hide and edit your true identity.
Similar to SNS, Ari introduced you to another model way of showing a persona. Do you know your MBTI? Is there anyone who has a T-type, MBTI T, or F-type? Thank you. I want to talk about the trending personality test in Korea, MBTI. As you guys know, it is one of the easiest methods that can introduce and connect us. However, it can also be a method for people to limit themselves too. Notia? It is a trendy meme in Korea about MBTI. We will show you Notia example scenario.
I got a haircut yesterday because I was so sad.
Really? What hairstyle?
Oh my god,
Notia? This meme is usually used when someone acts like a person who can sympathize. I think that this meme can limit other people's opinions of T-type MBTI. This meme limits them by saying that T can sympathize. T people are all robots, but mostly T-type can. MBTI is just one of many masks that you have. It can be all of our personalities. So, don't limit us to only one persona. We can't decide whether we are black or white. We are in the middle of both colors, gray. It shows that the difference of which gray is closer to black or white, just like MBTI. Lastly, I want to ask you, do you sometimes act fake? For example, act like one type because of MBTI's features or other people's opinion of you? Are you behaving the way that people want, even if it's not you? Did you cheat yourself? I want to tell you, you don't have to be aware of other people's opinion of you.
Our identities have been affected by factors such as MBTI and SNS.
Actors, for example, often try to wear a different masks when playing a particular role. We also have multiple personas and behaviors for each settings, just like actors.
To sum up, accept every aspect of yourself, even in different situations, and including your genuine form.
Remember to treat yourself with love.
Thank you.
That was a very creative speech using the trendy meme, the Tia. This presentation helps me understand what factors affect my identity.
Next team to present is Team Ubidubi from Daegu Jungang High School.
The deepening conflict between generations may be attributed to a lack of understanding caused by ignorance. With this in mind, the next team, Ubidubi, will offer us a suggestion.
Hello, it's Sunbe.
And I'm Hyung-John.
And we are Ubidubi. Before we begin, please raise your hand if you were born between 1946 to 1964. Anyone? No? Then how about 1965 to 1980? What about 1981 to 1997? Yes. Lastly, anyone born between 1997 to 2012? As you can see, there are various generations in this audience, right? And sometimes people judge other people based only on the generation they were born in.
MZ generation refers to people who were born between 1981 to 2012. So recently, that word is being using as a word to insult someone. But there's nothing wrong being born in the 1981 to 2012. But still, older people are calling this generation rude, irresponsible, and lazy. However, we don't think the problem is the MZ generation. We asked our various generations in our schools, teachers, and students if they have experienced about the older generations are calling about the younger generations. And even baby boomers and Generation X, who are not a part in the MZ generation, said yes to the surveys. It seems that older generations will always have problems with younger generations.
And it's not only older generations that judge other people based on the generation they were born in. We can often hear students complaining about the older generations, saying how baby boomers and Generation X are 꼰대, even when some of the older generations were just trying to give some advice. But the word 꼰대 emerged in the 1960s. That means people who are calling older generations 꼰대 in the 1960s are now being 꼰대, being called 꼰대.
Therefore, it means the people in the various generations are making up the personas of each others. That means either being, and they're trying to make our personas, and they're trying to do just normal things, but they always say you are lazy or 꼰대. So either when you don't have any personas, but can be the lazy or 꼰대. So therefore, we have to trash the bad personas and try to learn about each persona's good things.
For example, did you know that baby boomers aren't hard workers? They got this persona because they were the first generation to have educational support and they were raised to work hard. They will always try to do their best, and workers like baby boomers, they are required to maintain companies.
And next, Generation X. Generation X was born and grew in the 1980s when the economy was really difficult. So that made them value their own happiness more than their baby boomer parents. And also, they're really flexible parents and flexible person because they had to prepare for the changes. And lastly, they're really independent because of the dual earning parents and the fears of the nuclear wars.
Next, millennials. They are the first generation that born in a world with digital technology all over. Therefore, they are socially conscious and ethnically diverse since they grew up in a networked world and got to see a variety of people through network. As a result, they are collaborative and creative.
And lastly, Generation Z. Generation Z know how mental health is really important because of the modern life and the social lives are really changing. So also, the people's mental issues are increasing and they are allowed to seek help. Also, they're really technologically savvy and they know how to use the social media as Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. And lastly, they're really active at fighting for equality, for example, of the gender or the racial equality.
If you only look at those bad sides, bad personas of other generations and choose to blame certain generations for certain problems, that it can ruin your persona too. Instead, how about trying to look at those good sides like we suggested? Thank you.
Thank you. I hope all of you here can look at other generations with warmer perspective after today. Thank you for the wonderful presentation, Ubi Dubi. So now we only have one team left. Could you introduce the team that will shine for the end of our show?
These days, everyone has perfectionism in life. Sometimes this perfectionism makes me tired and exhausted.
That's right. Now this time, our next team, late bloomers from Sangsa Middle School, will talk about the perfection and how to solve it.
Let's start.
Hello everyone, we're Team Late Bloomers from Sangsa Middle School. We're here today to present our idea of persona as the perfectionism of youth. We all have our own tiny windows that allow us to look at other people's lives. Can you guess what it is? Well, let me give you more hints. It includes Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Snapchat. Well, the answer is social media. It's something that we commonly use these days. Turn on your phone and let's work on these apps. Look, she bought a new phone.
Oh, she traveled to my dream place.
No way, that's what's in my wish list.
They all live fantastic and envious lives. But it's not true. Their lives are not always shiny and perfect, as it really seems in social media. People want to look perfect for everyone. They never try to show their ugly and clumsy street. That desire to be perfect will create another image of me, which is called perfectionism.
Then, what is perfectionism? Let's look at its definition. We understood perfectionism as a physical disorder that causes a person to be perfect in order to protect oneself from criticism and blame.
Hey, it sounds so dangerous and serious when you say it like that. But in the real world, we all experience perfectionism, whether it is big or small. For better understanding, we will tell you our stories.
Do you remember that we come from Songsa Middle School? I am actually the student council president of it. A big job, right? Also, I've been at the top of my year since we started taking exams. It's not easy. Everyone looks at me like I'm a genius or something. But am I? I make mistakes too. Therefore, I was constantly nervous and anxious of disappointing everybody. So I just hid my feelings and put on a mask of happiness.
And so did I. In the first grade of middle school, I became the class leader. New teachers and new friends had high expectation on me as the class leader. So I tried my best to look perfect. It became a huge stress for me. I was nervous all day long when I even small mistakes on a test or assignment. I was worried, what if my teachers and friends were disappointed in me?
As introduced in the story, perfectionism of today's youth comes from various causes such as study and appearances. We are all in danger of perfectionism. This kind of perfectionism causes a lot of problems. It would be great if they use perfectionism in a positive way to achieve their goals, but most of them fail. Every time they fail, they fall into self-criticism. As a result, it leads to mental illness such as depression and physical illness such as eating disorders.
It may be a heavy story, but the suicide rate of teenagers in Korea is very high. It has been proven that perfectionism is among the causes of this suicide. We can't just go over this matter thinking, oh, it's so sad, I feel so sorry for them. This is a problem that needs to be fixed. No, it's a problem that must be fixed.
This issue needs to be addressed fundamentally. Then what can you do? Here's the solution part. First, be a main character. People tend to think only animals or plants are variable by their existence. However, we should know that people also have to be respected by their existence alone. Don't be swayed by other people's evaluations and live a life of being a main character.
Second, talk positively and praise yourself. In my case, even if I go through something bad and make a mistake, I praise myself and memorize the spell. I can do that. Why don't you try a spell of happiness of your own?
Lastly, love the true you. Accept that you're not perfect. You'll be able to let down all your burden and finally be free. You're the only person in the world who can determine your value, which is worth more than billions of dollars.
All of this are what Team Late Bloomers want to say about persona. Remember,
Love yourself
and forgive yourself. It's okay not to be perfect. Thank you.
was such a meaningful presentation. I think we all have an experience of hiding our feelings and putting on a mask of happiness. I like the solution this presentation suggests.
Yes, after listening to this presentation, I realized that loving and praising myself is very important. Thank you, Team Late Bloomers.
So now we've listened to all 11 best talks. How was it, everyone? Isn't it amazing that even a simple word persona can tell so many different stories?
That's right. Let's give a big round of applause to all those speakers who delivered great presentations today.
Now it's time to wrap up the English talk concert, Talk Talk. Discovering our identities for ourselves is an important task in our lives. I hope today will be a valuable memory for everyone here who has taken the time to listen as well.
2023년 대구 영어 토크 콘서트 톡톡을 마칠 시간이 다가오고 있습니다. 함께해 주신 청중 여러분 감사드립니다. 학생 청중 평가단은 지금 문자 메시지로 전달된 링크 혹은 글로벌교육센터 홈페이지 대구 영어 토크 콘서트 톡톡 알림사항 게시판에 글을 참고해 행사 마무리 체크 설문에 답변을 꼭 해주시기 바랍니다.
Please remember that Daegu English Talk Concert Talk Talk will keep going on. Find your new identity. 지금까지 사회자 윤현영,
홍자혜였습니다.
감사합니다.
여러분들 오늘 이렇게 무대 전체를 우리 학생들이 제가 봤을 때 다 만든 것 같습니다. 우리 학생들한테 전체에게 박수 한 번 더 쳐주시기 바랍니다. 네, 이제 그 퇴실을 할 건데 여기 지금 인원이 좀 많아가지고 일단은 그 순차적으로 좀 퇴실을 하도록 하겠습니다. 그 청중단 있거든요. 오프라인 청중단하고 현장 등록을 한 청중단이 있을 건데 청중단부터 먼저 뒤로 퇴실하도록 하겠습니다. 그 아카데미 참여했던 학생 연사분들은 자리에 잠깐만 남아 계세요. 이따가 전달할 게 좀 있으니까 학생 운영위원들도 잠깐만 좀 남아주세요. 청중단하고 혹시 학부모님들 먼저 나가시면 되겠습니다. 자, 자, 학생 연사 여러분들, 일단 오늘 요 발표 했는 학생들하고 먼저 단체 사진 찍고, 그 다음에는 우리 아카데미 같이 고생 많이 했잖아요. 그 아카데미 전체 학생들 그렇게 사진 촬영 이렇게 하도록 하겠습니다. 아카데미 오늘 발표했는 친구들 요 단상으로 좀 나와주세요. Native teachers, please come to the front. It's a photo time. 앞에 좀 앉아주세요. 그 아카데미 참여하셨던 모든 관계자분들 다 앞에 여기로 뒤로 오시면 되겠습니다. Science teacher, come.